Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel, and I've got a couple Ripple and XRP related stories for you in this latest Moon Lambo jam. I'll start with this from you today. Jed McCaleb shifts 202 million XRP over past 10 days. I'll tell you what, it's staggering, and I'm not complaining, by the way. It is staggering the amount of money that Jed McCaleb has made from XRP. But look, to be clear, him selling XRP is in no detectable way impacting the global price of XRP or anything negative like that. It's just kind of like, when you look at the numbers sometimes, which I will highlight in this video, it just makes, I don't know about you, it makes my simple little Moon Lambo brain explode. Also, got some good news in general. Here's a headline from AMB Crypto. It reads as follows. Ripple, here's the good news since the XRP lawsuit was first filed. And we've got an update regarding the status of Ripple's upcoming IPO. Not a surprise at this point that it's been on the back burner, but Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse has provided an update. And as far as I'm concerned, it's an inevitability that it's going to occur. It's just a matter of time. Virtually 100% certain on that. Well, think about it. You know, it was, I think it was January. I could be off a little bit, but I think it was January of last year when Brad Garlinghouse first publicly started talking about this. And he said, look, there's going to be all sorts of blockchain and crypto-related firms coming down the pike having their initial public offerings. And he said, Ripple won't be the first, but it won't be the last either. So just a matter of time. And frankly, if not for the pandemic and what that ultimately happened with the SEC going after Ripple, claiming that they're selling XRP as an unregistered security, outside of those two things, it either would have happened by now or we would have had an announcement that it was about to happen, I suspect. But look, before I go any further, I do want to be clear, I don't have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. I'm just a simple little Moon Lambo, making videos all up on the internets, on the YouTubes, about Ripple and XRP and crypto, and that is indeed all that's going on. I just want to be fully transparent so that nobody thinks I'm someone or something that I'm not. And so take a look at this. Data provided by the XRP scan service that tracks XRP transactions demonstrates that, since April 15th, Jed McCaleb, who helped found Ripple Labs in 2012, has made 11 transactions from his Taco Stand XRP wallet, pushing over 202 million XRP to be sold. And I do like that he must have some sort of sense of humor. If I tell you what, I kind of wish that I had thought to name my wallet the Taco Stand wallet. But look at this. This is a massive amount of money. And then, mind you, think about this. This is 11 transactions over a very short time period. I'm going to round the number, but $231 million. $231 million. What would you do with $231 million if your XRP turned into that much money? You know, I'll tell you what I'll do. I would love to do this. I want to catapult a Ferrari. Just like white, like not even a messed up Ferrari, like a perfectly fine brand new Ferrari. I just want to just trebuchet that bitch like straight down a field. Maybe even light it on fire first, but straight down an empty field. Wait. I'm not thinking. Moon Lambo, think bigger. Why does it have to be an empty field? I need to have other Ferraris to aim at as targets. This is a fantastic idea, is it not? This is my hypothetical money. You tell me how you would treat your $231 million worth of XRP. I'm going to launch a damn Ferrari down a field. Shout out to XRP Crypto Wolf for sending this next story my way. It's someone from AMB Crypto titled, Here's the Good News Since the XRP Lawsuit Was First Filed. And in a general sense, there actually is a lot of positive stuff happening. And I still, if I were a betting man, I would bet that, I'm sure there'll be some twists and turns along the way, but I'm willing to bet that this litigation, or at least, let's just say this, the suit filed against Ripple, it's going to have a conclusion that is going to be all right for Ripple. I suspect that they're going to have to pay a fine of some sort, but I bet that XRP will continue to be allowed to be traded in the United States, and I suspect that even if there's restrictions put on this, Ripple will continue to be able to sell their XRP holdings even just as a funny mechanism, but also for the sake of managing liquidity, which is core to what they're doing. It's a very core piece of what they're doing. Can you imagine if they couldn't even offer their line of credit service for some reason, like if the SEC went so far as to shut that down? I just don't see it happening. But anyway, check this out. The SEC's lawsuit against Ripple Labs and execs Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson has been a game changer in many ways. Not only because it is one of those rare cases where the defendants' execs have been personally charged, but also because Ripple and the altcoin at the center of the lawsuit, XRP, remain two of the industry's most prominent faces. And yeah, it's certainly true that Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson, just the fact that these two guys at the top of Ripple here, like it is not common for the SEC to go after individuals. Because look, there's not even a fraud case. Is there a fraud? Maybe, but geez, there's no claims whatsoever of fraud. This is rather unprecedented, in fact. I've gathered that from lawyers. This isn't just my own personal opinion. I've been persuaded that this is ridiculous. Such is the SEC versus Ripple suit, though. None of it really makes any damn sense. Chewbacca defense and all. Anyway, soon after the lawsuit was filed back in December, there was a lot of skepticism doing the rounds. Ripple will lose all its volumes, some said. XRP will tank and fall to zero, claimed others. However, contrary to expectations, XRP has done well for itself on the price charts despite the delisting spree that followed. Before the latest correction set in, XRP was trading at a price level that was unseen for over 3 years. And so what do you know? XRP moving with the rest of the market, like I've been saying on this Moon Lambo channel for a good 2.5 years now. How about that? So, like, the fact that it's moving with the market is not surprising to me. You know, it really isn't. Even with all of the litigation, all the scariness, all the nonsense, you know, maybe you could argue that XRP's price today is a little bit suppressed compared to what it would be. Maybe we would have seen an all-time high for XRP now, but I still just insist, look, the vast majority of the trading that happens with XRP, it occurs outside the United States anyway. And now that all the scary, worst news on the planet that possibly could have happened surrounding XRP already has occurred, well, humans being humans, I still think that when XRP really lights up again, you're just going to see a bunch of people FOMO in. And if you don't believe that, you might want to check yourself, girl, because check this out. When XRP did start taking off very recently, especially over the last few weeks in particular, went from what level was it at? 40 cents or something like 40, 50 cents up to about $2. Like all sorts of new people were coming. And I didn't highlight this information for this video, but there was just a huge surge of new accounts created. So look, it's not even about fundamentals. And fundamentals for XRP are strong, don't get me wrong. But it's just humans behaving like humans, so I don't think that's going to stop it anyway. But anyway, piece continues. What about Ripple, though? Did the San Francisco-based blockchain firm lose any customers or run into any roadblocks thanks to the said lawsuit? This is the question answered by Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse during a recent interview. Now, again, contrary to expectations, Garlinghouse revealed that there's, quote, mostly good news on this front, end quote, with the executive adding that the firm has onboarded 20-plus customers since the SEC filed the aforementioned lawsuit. But I thought XRP was going to zero. What's going on here? Just a bunch of scary FUD in general. And so the piece continues. Here, it's worth noting that the exec was quick to point out that all of these customers are based abroad, just like 90% of Ripple's user base. Demographically, Garlinghouse went on to imply, most of Ripple's existing customers were unaffected by regulatory concerns in the United States. Well, and so part of that, well, really none of it should be surprising if you understand how this works. Most of Ripple's customers, yes, outside the United States, also most of them don't utilize on-demand liquidity because the corridors and the whole infrastructure, it's still being developed. So this is not some sort of harsh critique. It's not fear, uncertainty, it's not FUD, It's just acknowledging that what Ripple is doing is changing the way money moves around the planet. And that's not exactly a small task, okay? It's not as easy as lighting a Ferrari on fire and then catapulting it down a field in a fit of joy. It's not the same. That would be much easier to do. But you're talking about changing the way money moves around the entire planet. But given that even in the United States, at any point touching the United States, given the fact that most of these transactions aren't utilizing XRP as a bridge currency today, anyway. I do believe they will in the future in much greater numbers. Well, why would that change at all? Why would that change at all? Because the SEC they're not taking beef with the messaging system that RippleNet is. It's not like that is not what this is about. It's about XRP itself. But anyway, piece continues. Ripple has been in the news lately thanks to its association with the likes of Tringo and Azimo recently, while the blockchain firm acquired a 40% ownership stake in the former a few weeks ago. The latter is going to be tapping up Ripple's on-demand liquidity services. And we had heard for some time from, a number of people, not the least of which would be Ashish Burla, who is Ripple's GM of RippleNet. We knew that they had new customers that were coming on down to Pike. We'll see how many ultimately get announced, though, because I still think a lot of them don't want their competitors to know what the hell they're doing. Kind of game-changing technology. But we knew that a lot of them would be utilizing on-demand liquidity, which, again, of course, utilizes XRP as a bridge currency. Not too terribly surprising. But what about the IPO? Because we haven't heard anything about the IPO in a long freaking time until very recently. So check this out. Just like the aforementioned lawsuit, Coinbase's listing has also been seen by many as a game changer for the industry. Will a Ripple initial public offering be next, however? Commenting that the listing was the Netscape moment for crypto, Garlinghouse clarified that any such IPO will require the SEC's green light. Any such plans will have to wait until the present case is resolved, he added. So look, I believe it's still going to happen, but this is kind of a weird situation here. It's kind of awkward to where, I mean, they're really duking it out here, the SEC and Ripple. And the case isn't even started yet. I'm hoping we just get a settlement, of course, here. But after this, Ripple still has to go back to the SEC, and might they be holding a grudge if this doesn't go well? I hope that they're adult enough that, they're not going to, for any sort of unethical reason, hold back an initial public offering of Ripple. But it is kind of weird, right? So after this is all done, after Ripple ends up taking them to the cleaners, even if they have to pay a fee, I still, as long as they're allowed to continue doing what they're doing with XRP and it can continue to be traded, I still consider that a win for Ripple. I still would, even if it wasn't a technical legal win. In the broader picture, bigger scheme of things, I would still consider that a win for Ripple. And so once that's all done, they still have to engage with the SEC. What's that going to be like? I don't know. I kind of feel like I wouldn't really want to be on either side of that. It's just going to be awkward. But here we go. But it will ultimately come. I still firmly believe that. I mean, there are tons of people. Like, it's not just you and I, like lay people that are just, we feel like we found something, sure, before the vast majority of the rest of humans on the planet. But yeah, there's us. There's certainly us here. But it's not just us. It's some of the most intelligent and wealthy people on the planet that understand very firmly, very clearly what Ripple's business plan is, and think that it makes all the sense in the world, that it really can change the way money moves around the planet, and usher in the Internet of Value, which is the idea of moving value around the world as easy as it is to move information like emails around the world today. There's all sorts of people backing this. It's not like this is some stupid idea and there's like three idiots drinking around the beers, it's getting hammered out of their minds, being like, I don't know, this XRP thing does that, I don't know, they got that money. And no, this has been thoroughly vetted. It's not it's not just us. I feel like sometimes it's easy to kind of overlook the fact that this is something that has tremendous support, and thankfully, as a result, Ripple has a gigantic war chest, and they can really bring the fight to the SEC. Whereas a lot of these other companies that have been attacked by the SEC, they've just had to capitulate. That's it. They don't have the funds to really tackle this in any sort of way that wouldn't result in them ultimately just going out of business. So this is the biggest fight we've ever seen between the SEC and a blockchain or crypto-related company. And this is going to set precedent one way or another. And XRP is going to have clarity one way or another when this is all said and done. That much is certain. So I still think brighter days ahead. We'll keep tracking this stuff, though. So what do you think? If you had $231 million from XRP, would you also light a Ferrari on fire and launch it down a field for no damn reason? I hope so. What if we could have Ferrari launching wars? You could be at one side of the field, I could be at the other side of the field, and we try and hit each other. That could be a good time. What would you do with the money? I'll wrap up there. I'm done saying dumb stuff. At least for this video, so no promises moving forward, though. I'm not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.